I want your love and I want your revenge. I want your love. I don't want to be friends. You don't know more. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, Devi, DMC, daCat, Shiro update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smash that super thanks button down below, super chats as well. Good times. I mean, not for crypto, but for me with a couple of things going on here. Let's get right into it, shall we? We got VeVe maintains 1,000 active daily users. Then we have the crypto going on. I was not able to go live last night because I was on Pablo CRO's podcast. So we have we have a couple of days here when we went live on Wednesday. I don't even think I got to Wednesday. I think I just got to. We'll go over a bunch of stuff because there's a lot to go over. First off, let's get into it. Let's take a look at. Let's go over DEVVE first and see what they're up to. I think they have lost a bit on the day. I don't know why it says I'm on USDC here. Let's go to DEVVE. Not that bad. Down about 2% on the day. At 47 cents. I did actually pick a tiny bit up this morning, just a tiny bit, just a teeny tiny bit, and then it went down a few percent. Let's see what this volume is looking like. It's at less than 300,000 in volume, so really, really low. This will likely stay the same for the next couple of months. Maybe you'll get a little bit of an uptick and move the needle once they announce their public sharding and they unroll that. I assume at some point next month because that is slated for Q3. Q4 is the big one. That one would be just the announcement of their exchange partner. I don't really expect that until at least November, probably late November, maybe even December. The artist Fudge. Oh my God. I'm streaming right meow. Can you remind me in 90 minutes? Figuring we'll do about 90 minutes today, give or take. Or is it urgent? I mean, if it's super urgent, then I'll go. But I swear, like as soon as I'm about to do something, that's when it's business, it's girls, it's like it's like everything. Anyway, we've got so the volume that'll take care of itself at some point. $41 million market cap, so it's pretty low. And it's been 34 cents, I think a few months ago. Let's see when it was. In June. So June 22nd, you have that. And it's about 2 months ago. We could definitely see that again. I'm kind of hoping for that because then I'll just load up. I will not have any, what do you call it? I'm not going to do any buying unless something goes way down. And I think I sense a little bit of a lie. I got a tiny bit of Fias today because Fias was down, I think like 10%, something like that, 11%. It just it's not had a good month here. It was up at 3 cents at one point. It's come down about 45%. It's at 1.6, almost 1.7 cents on the day right now, and the volume is very low. It's 10,000. $2 million market cap, fully diluted is 5 million, but Fias is going to be used in this exchange as well for DEVVE, so it's not like it's going to be it's going to be like the redheaded stepchild. They'll forget about it, and the Fias people will be like, the fat redhead at the end of the bar. It's just not what's going to happen. They are going to use that as well. Obviously, not nearly as much as DEVVE. Again, DEVVE's market cap's already 20x this, but that's what I like about it. I think when DEVVE takes off to like the billions, the house might be worth 100 million. We don't know. We don't know. Easy to get. Dude. Anyway, that's DEVVE. Let me take a look at ETH real quick, just to see what. Bitcoin then ETH. Bitcoin has been 116.9 today. It's 117.4 right now. So it's actually only down like 1% on the day. So it's really not terrible. We are. I mean, CPI came in yesterday. I think at like 0.9%. Like, I don't think we're getting rate cuts next month anymore. There's other stuff and we'll go over the news. There's other stuff that's clearly bullish. Especially, I had a like hour-long conversation with Josh Mandel yesterday, not the former Ohio State treasurer, former senator, and yeah, if it weren't for Trump, he'd be senator right now. Anyway, Josh Mandel, the supposed time traveler, we go in and he had a space, and God, a lot of it was about MNAV, but a good amount of it was about like rate cuts and S&P inclusion for MicroStrategy. What happens with that? That they might snub them. They might want another 1 or 2 quarters for them to be in profit. Actually, I have some of the things that we talked about here. Let's see if this is yesterday. Yeah, this is yesterday. Goes in. So you have this guy named BitPain says MicroStrategy is the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever on September 5th. That's when the S&P 500 quarterly additions announcement. They would announce MicroStrategy. If they don't announce MicroStrategy, then obviously they don't get in. Girl named Leah Holder says, do you think they get added? That guy says not likely. Leah says, I agree. I think the committee will view MicroStrategy as essentially a closed-end commodity fund, not an operating business. Then Adam Safi says, why do you think that Vanguard sold 2 million MicroStrategy shares in Q2 2025 per their latest 13F filing? You have Bo Hines that stepped down. You have Besant that says we're there. The government is not going to be buying Bitcoin, which is like, okay, well, how the fuck do you get 1 million Bitcoin if the government is like not going to buy it? Like, and then later on that day, he says, well, we're going to have some neutral ways, that we're going to be able to acquire some. It's like, it's just a shit show up in Washington. Anyway, BitPain says, I don't know. There is a chance that the SPY committee comes up with BS reason to exclude MicroStrategy. However, they initially did this with Tesla and rather infamously sacrificed billions of dollars in returns for their investors as a result. I remember. I was there. I feel like Lord Elrond. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 3,000. It was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. I was like, you got to include them in the S&P 500. You're fucking retarded if you don't. And they were retarded, and they cost they sacrificed billions of dollars in revenue in returns for their investors because of it. So I don't think they want to wind up with egg on their face for the second time in 5 years. So we'll see. Even as BitPain says, they probably don't want another black eye like this, as it would undermine their credibility as a fiduciary. Curious what Josh Mandel thinks. Josh says, I would think they wait to see a second or even third consecutive quarter of positive earnings, in which case they don't actually get included until next year. Even then, it's possible that they come out with some concern which strategy is just unwilling to ameliorate. And there'll be loud voices chattering either for financial gain or for their 15 minutes. Josh Mandel says that when we were well above 84,000, I had set my sights on that target 5 months ago. I just kept selling at the market and even some in the money calls as time went by. Now I just don't worry so much about the MNAV of a particular investment because I know a rally to 444,000 for Bitcoin will cover a multitude of sins and errors on my part. You have King Jong B, High Roller 82, saying the strategy's 50% of all market activity was off exchanges yesterday. Hedge funds borrowed shares from dark pools, then sold, which were bought back at the bottom. So if you sold today, you helped Chanos cover his ass for $383 a share. Holders with conviction also thank the discount. The dark pool is always loaded. That's the point. The 50% off exchange volumes isn't reason for the dip. It's the weapon they use to execute it. It provides the cover for them to absorb massive buy to cover orders at the bottom without spiking the price. Loading B asks, how do you do that off exchanges? Can be the dark pools are private exchanges where large institutional investors can trade large blocks of shares without revealing their intentions to the public market. This anonymity prevents the large holders from causing significant price fluctuations before the trade is fully executed. Bought at the top says, Josh, I sold part of my MicroStrategy back in January, and your analysis of everything is the only reason why I'm buying back those shares at almost the same price I sold them. That's it. Back to everybody's great day. Josh Mandel says, but Bitcoin is much higher, so the shares are a lot cheaper, in our opinion. Malika's friend said, would you care to share your thoughts on the preferreds being dependent on MicroStrategy for their dividends if MicroStrategy fails to find buyers at the market? Josh Mandel says, yeah, I think Strategy still has a very strong founder, and he has some fixation with never sell your Bitcoin ethos, which I understand if you have the luxury, but this is a leveraged Bitcoin entity, and I would respectfully suggest that there's a way to defang the Ponzi priors at very little expense to his ethos. Noise on X won't have a meaningful impact on the marketplace for MicroStrategy. There are a lot of hype all around. I think we must be reasonable about what we are embarking upon here. MicroStrategy is putting a lot on the line with STRC. It will take some time for the security and season to be declared stable. Let's look at it conservatively and follow the cue ball as we move ahead. The IPO of STRC was to buy 2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. So this can be compared to any leverage trade at Wall Street dealer, essentially counting on Bitcoin to outpace the cost of capital for STRC, plus the IPO incentive, which is about 10 points. Bitcoin is appreciating at roughly 10% per month on average since we began this bull run to 444,000. Strategy has covered the IPO incentive in just 1 month. It's all profits from here. So again, that's what it says about MicroStrategy and Bitcoin, and don't worry. But you could have rate cuts, might not happen. You might even have a rate hike depending on what Putin does. President Trump meeting with him today. He was actually at a buddy of mine's base over in Elmendorf, Alaska. Apparently that base sucks because it's just nothing but snow and sleet on the flight line every day, and apparently it's terrible. But they got the president there. Anywho, let's do 100K Moonbird sale is pure money. I don't think so. I'll tell you why. There was this really cool looking Moonbird like it was like a month or two ago, and it went for 20K while they were at like it did like 10x the floor, right? The floor at the time might not have even been 2K, but this one went for 20K. It's like, okay, why? Well, it was really cool looking. Let me see if I could find it. It might have been on a live that I did. Let me try to find the thumbnail if I can. I don't. 3 weeks ago. It's definitely longer than that. Burn Friday. Man, I do a lot of lives. I'm gonna see if there's any Moonbird, Alex Ross. Okay, we're going way back here. I don't know if this is it. Batman Riso. I'm not even looking at the titles. I'm just looking at the thumbnails, and I don't. Yeah, it was over 2 months ago now. I don't see it. Let me see if I can go by titles. 7 Rally, Coinbase. I feel like it would be in. I don't even have the Moonbirds in my title here. Last seat, Market Rips, Homie, VeVe Stacker, daCat adds OMI. Okay. I could find the right date. Roundtable when OMI announcement. All right, let me see if I could find the right date here. And then if I can do that, Delorean craziness. All right, VeVe Grails. It's got to be similar to this, or maybe it's on a video. Maybe I did a video on it. I don't know if I did. Oh, Lori. Life update. Which tokens? Definity and Randy Chavez. That was me. Why is OMI going down? Marketing ideas. Price the gold logo. No, that's not it. Let me see the date on this. This was June 28th. Let's try to go and see if I find a Moonbird thing here on the 28th. Because I want to show you, like, it wasn't just a random one. Like, oh, yeah, it's money laundering, which I know that a lot of people kind of think that. Which, again, fair point. That's one of the first things that I think of as well. But then I look into it, and it's like, oh, okay, it's probably not that. Man, I don't know why it's so difficult to find. Either way, I promise it was a really, really cool looking Moonbird. And it sold for like 10x the floor. So a lot of people were like, okay, well, why? And again, it's just because it had those traits. They were really cool. And Moonbird's like $12,000 now. So you're all getting like 8.1, 8.2x the floor for this 100K one. So it wasn't as heavily, okay, like the last Moonbird that sold for like 10x the floor, that one for 20K when it was like 2K floor, there wasn't that many accusatory things calling it, oh, that's money laundering. I mean, there were, but the amount of people that I see, especially you right here, saying like, "Oh, 100K, yeah, pure money laundering." Like, well, last time this happened, there wasn't that many, and it was a greater multiple of what it is right now. Now the floor is like well over 10K. I think at some point it was like 13. That it came down a little bit because ETH went down. But I don't. If it's a amazing one with like super rare traits, that is more believable of a sale, this one, than it was the last one, because it didn't command that high amount. Like it did, like over 8x is still bananas, and 100K is insane. But what is that, like 30 ETH? Listen, there are people that would pay a couple hundred ETH for certain things, and 30 ETH in the grand scheme of things isn't that big a deal when talking to these big ETH whales. So I don't think it, like, if somebody comes out and says like, well, I actually know it was money laundering because of this, then yeah, sure. But up until we see like and again, accusations thrown everywhere, but up until we see that proof, the evidence that I'm looking at leads me to believe that that is not money laundering and that is an actual sale. Because again, you see this type of thing all the time. Bill Gardner says, "Let's go, give me that bread." Whoop whoop. All right, I also have not. I haven't really done a lot of the. All right, let's do Shiro. Ooh, Shiro down 11% on the day. A little rough for it. Little rough. I mean, it's a rough day for a lot of things. Fell under the $10 million market cap, but still 9.6. 818,000 in volume. So I will take that. But yeah, that has been a rough couple of days for the market in general. Not here. Okay, where's the Shiro here? I mean, I don't know. What a sand rep. Okay. Oh, phone share. Yep. Yes. 100. Oh yes. Oh god. Oh my gosh, I can't type. 100% understand. Appreciate it always. I'm gonna take what's that wrong way. Yep. Everyone. I sometimes. Yes, I get you. Yeah, I don't. I've had this thing too where I don't really like texting that much because I feel like certain inflection in voices don't like, you know, um, explaining to my stream right now the same thing, and that's why I like phone calls as opposed to texting, because stuff gets lost in translation via text. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what Shiro has for the last couple of. Oh, they posted a lot. Make sure to join the trading competition on Gate.io for your chance at some Shiro. The hottest cat on Ethereum is turning up the heat even more. Meow. Sure announcement: Golem Gems X Shiro. They had this something today at 5 p.m. UTC. I completely missed it, but that looks hysterical. A little nightmare fuelish. Also, you can apply today and join your favorite cat in a whole new way and participate in Shiro's Ambassador Club. Take a meow at the guidelines below and fill out the form for a chance to be selected as ambassador for one of the loudest cats on chain. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, and we got Dark Grumpy over there. Love that little Dark Grump. Your meme, Shiro, Nico, and the Frozen Rescue. I love the stuff that people are making with AI. Mostly AI. Oh, God. AI is such a double-edged sword. Anyway, that's Shiro. Let's do our other kitty token. Let's do daCat and see where daCat's at. There's only a cat. Down about 2% on the day. $2.8 million market cap. It was 3.1 at one point. 2.8 right now. Only 1,300 in volume on the day. But I still believe that daCat has a 632,000 in locked liquidity. Love that, despite the low volume there. Definitely need more liquidity. I have another plan for daCat. This one might take a couple months. And also, my friend did not, the friend that I need for this did not return my phone call. I'm very upset. But the friend I need for this is can help in physical ways. Like, I want to get daCat some physical products that people can, like obviously they'll be merch and they'll be whatever, but what daCat can do here is, I went over with a couple buddies the other day, the actual valuation for daCat, and we hammered it out, and it's a lot higher than what I originally sold 5%. And again, it's just talking about the IP, not necessarily the price of the token. That's completely different. But if we can get the IP valued high enough and we make a bunch of revenue, and then we can, you know, 100K can just like change that game. Not that I would sell, like, let's say if it's valued at 300K right now, like I'm not going to sell a third of it, right? But that would change the game for the actual token. So the idea would just get a bunch of revenue, sell a piece of it, use that for just, I guess, a strategic daCat reserve, and more. So anyway, I'll keep y'all posted. What else we got for daCat? No, that was it for daCat. Let's do DMC. Do Delorean. And again, we got a bunch of news here. Where's Delorean at? Oh, down 6% on the day to 0037. I did fear this would happen. Went from 003 all the way up to 006, had a nice doubling, and back down to 003s. Does it go back down to 003? I don't know. I really don't. But Kuma B, appreciate you, Mr. Vegeta. Majin Vegeta? Can't tell. Kuma says, what's up, bitches? I grabbed some Fias yesterday. Figured it will run with Devi. I think so too. Might run independent of Devi. You know, we'll see. I'm pretty much done buying though. I am you know, rough couple of days for tokens. But I mean, when you go in and you say like, okay, now we have a big, you know, now we got some dry powder on the side, we have a big buying opportunity, you know, what do you get? I don't know. What do you get? I have some moves that if I do these moves, definitely not going to New York. I don't know. Vegas, I just need the flight for. Everything else is already paid for. What is going on with Bumper? Why is Bumper doing this? Hang on. Bumper, I see some just wildness. Oh, okay. I thought it was up today. It's actually down 30%. My Coinbase says it's up, but no, it is actually down 30% today. It has had a wild 7 days where it did spike up and then it spiked back down. Again, wild times. I had a dream about them the other day. I had a dream that they came out like, no, we're live. It's like, oh shit. Anyway, JKRB, what's going on? Alexander, do you think we missed our chances? Not at all. The bull run has barely begun. Like ETH is not even at all-time high. Whoever's filling your head with these things, like, do you think we like? Don't listen to them. Don't listen to whoever said that. Yeah, we missed our chance. I know a couple of people that are just like, bro, if it hasn't run by now, it's not going to. It's like, are you like? Not even gonna say it. Smash that like button, Echo. What's going on? Meow, meow, meow. OMI at 2.5 cents. Yeah, 2.5 cents would be great. So I had conversated with a couple friends today about, oh my gosh, my body. About, well, I guess about David as like, you know, hey, like we know that, you know, David's always traveling, he's always busy. He just spoke at that conference yesterday. I was like, but you know, when was the last time we got like a new license? I was like, I don't really know. And it's like, well, you know, there's been some stuff that we have, like, you know, what about Figpin? Figpin did great. KFC did great. Like, can we get more of those? And then we start going back to the con exclusives. Like, yeah, can we get some of those? Like, what about Funko? Like, Funko was great. Made 400 grand with that. I was like, yeah, that was awesome. Digital stuff is amazing. And it's just like, I understand focusing on new licenses because like the larger you grow, better it is. But if we're not utilizing the partnerships that we already have, like Figpin and KFC and Funko, then it's like, do we really? My back. We're not utilizing. Do we really need new licenses? And again, if they got like Sonic or Lord of the Rings or again like Pokemon, like that, they got Pokemon. Like nothing, literally nothing else matters. But yeah, like which way do you allocate resources? Do you allocate resources to the new licenses where, again, you had Blackpink, didn't really do much, but now that we're kind of in this bull market, not really an NFT bull market yet, but yeah, you just have stuff heating up, and it's coming slowly. Anyway, who did DMC? Did Cat? Let's do Definity. See what they're doing today. DEFX. DEFX. We are down about 2.5% on the day to 3.4, almost 3.5 cents. 9,000 in trading volume, $5.3 million market cap, 6 million market cap fully diluted. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're good. Sorry. People feel 100% good about it. I voted on CoinMarketCap yesterday and CoinGecko today for OMI. Let's see where this is at. We got a lot of volume on MEXC. Why does that say 11,000 in volume? That doesn't make sense. Definitely not. 2,600 pancake swap. Like this doesn't make, like these numbers don't make sense. Unless it was that. Because I guess you did have go from 3.4 to 3.7 back to 3.4. Wild times. I wish I could tell y'all what was going on with Definity. I guess I can to the best of my ability. That isn't breaking any contracts. They're crushing it. I want to get more all the time. I did a video the other day about OMI, Devi, Definity, and then daCat as well. Definity is my biggest bag. I'm not worried about them at all. We'll probably get more next month. The Baker, what's going on? Saying hi. Eccles 712 says, I lived in Elmendorf from 6 to 10 years old. Great times. Wouldn't change them for the world. It sounds very cold, and I do not like the cold. So Godspeed, brother. Godspeed. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, and then OMI. Take a look at them. And then we'll take a look down. They are down about 1.5% on the day to 0018. I think we went down to 00179-ish. Maybe wick down there. I'm pretty sure we did wick down there. I think I have a screenshot of that. The heck? Maybe I don't have a screenshot of that. Oh yeah, we actually we wicked down to like 000 like 172. We wicked down, and then it got bought back up. But yeah, so there is a bit of buy pressure at 000 172, 175, etc. Yeah. What is the catalyst that breaks us out of it? I wish I knew. So a couple of friends that I was talking with today about David and licenses and stuff, and where do we put the resources and all that. And they're like, need a big announcement. And it's like, listen, announcements are just one part of the equation. They announced Blackpink, didn't really do anything. They announced, I don't know, whatever they're going to announce. You might not see the token. And again, the announcement, whatever it is supposedly, whatever that is, it's supposedly gaming. Sonic would be dope. Microsoft would be dope. Minecraft would be dope. Like some type of Fortnite. Like these would be insane. But that's great for VeVe. Is that good for the token though? I mean, that'll definitely be a net positive. Anytime you get a new license, it just reaffirms the belief or the thesis that the token will take off at some point. But I guess in short term, it could be a negative, because if people are expecting something awesome and there's not that awesome, it could create that short-term FUD, short-term whatever. Yeah, I don't know what's really going on the inside. I know David's working like a madman, the mad lad, but the amounts of heft that this announcement might have whenever it is, I don't know. So I was telling some friends today, like, what do you think, happens if they announce something awesome, end of year? I was like, well, if they announce something that's awesome, end of year, 000 something. I'm like 005, like no, probably like 001 or 2. And it's like, well, 002, so like a 10x for me. I was like, yeah, it is. I was like, well, what if they don't announce anything? I was like, well, if they don't announce anything and the narrative doesn't hit, or at least by that time, you might still be down here. And they're like, so at first I was expecting them to be like, oh, sell, but they weren't. They're just like, well, some of our stuff is going to pump by then. I was like, probably right, probably will. And we'll all get $1 billion OMI if that happens. There was just me and 2 other friends. So, and I'm the one that has the least. They have like 400 million each, 400 plus million each, and I have like 275. But if our other stuff goes up, and in December OMI's still down here, we'll get $1 billion each. I get multiple billion depending on how, like, if DEVVE goes to like $30, and we do like an 80x from here. Like, oh my god. 10, yeah, I'll get a couple billion OMI. The thing is, though, you can't do that on the open market. There's just no volume. Again, I don't even want to show it. You might have 400,000 in volume on base. I don't mean I mean liquidity. And this is like the one thing that I think, yeah, so $50 million market cap, $311,000 in liquidity. daCat, on the other hand, less than a $3 million market cap, double the liquidity. So this is why I told you all about a guy I talked to the other day that's pretty heavy in OMI. I mean, over 100 million, right? Not a ton, but pretty heavy in OMI. And he's also pretty heavy in daCat. It's like, Randy, it's easier for me to buy and sell daCat than it is OMI. I said, yes, you're right. And it's like, and he started to sell his VeVe collectibles, and he'll probably sell his OMI, and he'll probably buy daCat with it. I think it'd be nice to be diversified, but daCat's done a 7x these past few months, since April. And OMI's kind of gone down. So I understand that, but I also I see this all the time where people say, like, okay, well daCat's moving, right? And it doesn't have to be daCat, it could be anything. Like, well, Turtle Duck's moving right now. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna that's moving. So I'm gonna sell my stuff and I'm gonna buy Turtle Duck. And so, well, listen, Turtle Duck or daCat already did a 7x. And I'm not saying that it won't go up a lot more, because I think it will, but it kind of ran already a little bit. But OMI hasn't run yet. And it's not like since the beginning of the year, the company became worse. The company has been doing a lot better. And even today, I know this is like a key comic. I know it's fun to have. Oh, what did David post? That is not, oh my god. Oh, my friends. Oh, that wasn't a David post. He just posted a cul-de-sac thing, which is cool, I guess. Oh, my friendos. Oh, they look so good. Oh my god, why is she? Oh. Friends are crazy. Love them. Crazy. You said it, Patsy Cline. Oh my god, that one scene in Gilmore Girls where they good. It was like You Were in the Life special. Anyway, let's if y'all can smash that like button, that'd be a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, / the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. That would be great if y'all could do that. I would love you forever. Okay, sure thing. Very good. Very good. Work in progress. Work in progress. Made. Okay. What we got over here? Wes says, would think David could fix the liquidity problem for OMI. I think he could too. I don't know why they don't. I mean, it's it's like 2 months ago now, maybe even almost 3 months. It was a couple months ago, where I had a buddy of mine looking to put in $250,000 into OMI, and he didn't do it because of the lack of liquidity. Tried to get an OTC deal for him done, couldn't do it fast. I wound up doing an OTC deal for somebody else, multiple other people, but he just like OMI missed out on a $250,000 buy because there was no liquidity, and that is a simple fix. You just add more liquidity. Like, I don't understand why they say, like, yeah, migrate to base. That's that's what we want everyone to do, and there's no fucking liquidity. Again, it's 300-something thousand, which is something. But that's rough. Again, we're all operating with conjecture here. There's no, we're operating with like 10%, 20% of the information. I'm sure there's multiple reasons why there's no liquidity. I don't know what they are. But yeah, the amount of, like, how many people did my friend represent that was looking to get into OMI and is just like, I'm not sitting here on a computer for 8 hours a day, sitting there and buying $1,000 at a time. Like, I don't blame it. It's like, what was that car movie with Clint Eastwood and he had the 73, not Vista, Gran Torino. I was like, these yahoos don't want you hanging around with them, and I don't blame them. Like, it's like, these people don't want to be sitting next to a computer doing, like, buying 1,000, 2,000 at a time, and I don't blame them. So the mouse grind is Randy. Buying pressure at 0172 is insane. Yes, saw that before. There's like a bunch of whales just waiting for paper hands to hand over their OMI. Why is no one talking about how crazy bullish this is for OMI? I don't know if you were here when I was showing the chart. That triple, yeah, it wicked down there and just immediately got bought up. So it seems like it's a pretty decently safe place to buy because it's not going to go in and just dump off. And if it does, it looks like it'll get bought up. Yeah, I don't know. And before then, we were at like 00021. Like, we spiked up there, sold off, and then yeah. So I think it is bullish to have that base down there. Oh my god! Oh my god! Goodbye. So, we'll see what happens. VeVe post from CryptoKitties to Disney. VeVe's plan to make NFTs the next big collectible. Read the exclusive interview with altcoindesk.com featuring VeVe co-founder and CEO David Yu. Digital collectibles are the next evolution of blockchain technology, moving into the metaverse, gaming, and even redefining art, culture, and ownership. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to hit copy link. I'm going to search the VeVe. And I am going to comment on there, going over this live right now. Paste that, reply, sending. All right, and we're gonna read this. This is from Altcoin Desk. From CryptoKitties to Disney, VeVe's plan to make NFTs the next big collectible. Okay, where are we going here? David Yu says, I realized if we could take the superheroes, inside jokes, and the nostalgic things we love into the digital world as NFTs, there could be a real market, and the potential was undeniable. That's David Yu, CEO of VeVe. The world has always been fascinated by collecting, from ancient stones and shells to coins, music, books, and plush toys. Now, almost anything can go virtual. Rare or limited edition items are often prized for their value over time, but preferences have shifted. In an age where pixels hold power, the next prized possession might not sit on a shelf, but live on the blockchain as an NFT. So, what exactly are NFTs, and why are they changing in how we think about ownership? An exclusive interview with altcoindesk.com, David Yu, co-founder of VeVe, mobile marketplace for buying, selling, and trading licensed digital collectibles as NFTs, describe digital collectibles as the next evolution of blockchain technology, moving into the metaverse, gaming, and even redefining art, culture, and ownership. From CryptoKitty to collectible giants, VeVe bridges physical nostalgia with digital innovation using blockchain and NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Use inspiration came from CryptoKitties. The light bulb moment really hit when I learned about CryptoKitties, David Yu said. At its peak, the project was so popular it clogged the Ethereum network. VeVe's goal isn't to replace physical collectibles, but just to add a new dimension. Available as mobile app on iOS and Android, VeVe lets users buy, sell, and trade digital items using fiat converted into an in-app token. Buyers can purchase licensed art and 3D figurines from DC, Marvel, Disney, and more. Then there's fun, fandom, and verified scarcity. VeVe keeps blockchain simple and focuses on accessibility. Partnering with the iconic brands ensures provable scarcity while blending digital and physical experiences. NFT creators benefit from royalties, a percentage of every future sale automatically paid on the secondary market transactions. The platform started on GoChain, later moving to Immutable X for Ethereum compatibility. In 2025, VeVe integrated Stacker, which is a marketplace enforcing royalties even outside of VeVe, protecting IP rights while giving collectors more flexibility. To keep transactions smooth, VeVe uses its in-app currency known as gems, avoiding crypto price swings. Integration with Binance Wallet and Stacker now lets users trade crypto, including OMI tokens, and convert funds into gems, standardizing payment across regions. And there's weathering market volatility. NFT sales fell from 823 million in Q2 2025, down from 4 billion a year earlier. Stats come from DApp Radar. Some doubt in their future, but Yu believes collectors buy out of passion, not just profit. And again, this is in Q2 2025. Q3 has been monstrous so far. The market will always fluctuate. I've seen it in my 28 years in the collectible business, he said. Like online shopping in the early internet days, this will normalize and grow with adoption. Going phygital and global. Look how they spell phygital. That's hysterical. VeVe's user base is 40% US based, with Europe second. Yu sees Japan and Korea as major growth assets, especially with strong anime culture and openness to digital collecting. Japan's collectible market alone is valued at 16.4 billion and could reach 23 billion by 2030. VeVe is even opening physical shops for its digital. And wait, what the fudge? VeVe is even opening physical shops for its digital NFTs. What? VeVe is even opening physical shops for its digital NFTs. We're going to come back to that. Are NFTs sustainable? During the NFT boom, critics raised concerns about environmental impact. Yu argues digital collectibles are far greener than physical ones. We sold over 10 million digital collectibles, at 10 million fewer items being manufactured, shipped, and stored, he said. Ongoing research into the eco-friendly blockchains could further reduce the footprint. The VeVe verdict? NFTs aren't replacing physical collectibles. They're expanding what ownership means. VeVe proves this isn't about swapping shelves for servers. It's about creating a new layer of collecting for the next generation. That childhood nostalgia you treasure, it might just live on the blockchain now. All right, so that's it. But VeVe's opening physical shops for its digital NFTs in 2025. What the fudge? All right, hold on. We're gonna reshare this live here. Quote at VeVe is even opening physical shops for its digital NFTs. Can someone explain? And we'll do $OMI because we love it. Because Because yeah, I am very, very curious about that. What physical shops? What are we? Where are we? Is that in New Zealand? Is that David's shop that he's like? Okay, no one. Yeah, no, I read that already. All right, let's continue. Oh my God, Mr. Oh, hello. Are you gonna get back to me? You're gonna get back to me? Are you gonna get back to me? My bad. Messages have been flipped through. Okay. We'll be back to you soon. Okie dokie. Oakley dokley. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Come on, Volt. Would love to get Voltinu. Would love to get them in the daCat universe. That would be great. All right. Anyway, we have a bunch of stuff to go over. It is. Sorry. Apparently, there'll be a couple billionaires at the New York Comic Con party, and about 10 decamillionaires. Oh no, 10 centimillionaires. Jesus. I need to go to that. I don't want to go. I mean, I want to go to see everyone, but I think I have to go. I'll keep y'all posted. Imaginary audience, watching my life at all times. Okay, that's great. Yeah, this #1 special edition chaser from Coca-Cola. When is that? Because that's going to be a big one. That's dropping soon. I don't even know when that is. Oh, August 23rd. Okay. All right, it's actually a week. 23rd. I'm not going to be able to go for it. Coke. VeVe. 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, unfortunately, hiccups. On the 23rd, I have a flight. I'm not going to be able to go for it. Oh my God, what the? Okay, I'm good. I don't know why those hiccups were getting me. This VeVe Viral saying last time we were in a full alt season in 2021, the OMI token shot up from quad 03 in January to 0.0134 in March. That's a 446x from 4 zeros to 1 in the span of 6 weeks. This time around, we'll have Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, OMI to NFT, circulating supply burns, Master Collector Program rewards, the VeVeverse, no more token unlock, VeVe affiliate program, and much easier, cheaper ways to buy, and very likely bronze ticket burns, OMI exclusive drop burns, and anime and more utilities. The last mini alt season preview came in December 2024, and OMI shot up from the 0002s to the 0008s, a clear sign that once altcoin season begins, OMI will be ready to go. I did not know this is a real frame from Alien Earth, where Sid from Ice Age is in the background. I am so curious to watch that now. YouTube's AI saying hand over your ID or get locked out. Then YouTube is rolling out an AI system that will guess whether you're a minor. You got it wrong? Congrats. Now you'll have to upload an ID, credit card, or selfie to prove your age. System analyzes your activity, not your birth date, and applies teen restrictions automatically. Privacy advocates are alarmed, and users are already pushing back with online campaigns. All this while long-standing issues like pedo-friendly algorithms and bot-led bans and strikes have people questioning whose interests YouTube is really serving. If they're gonna like not let teens allow doing stuff, then just let us upload porn on here and make YouTube's revenue skyrocket. Also, I'm not even gonna mention it. Colorado man who is self-described as a wolf furry was mauled after trying to join a Wyoming wolf pack in the wild. That is hysterical. I can't go over this. What do we got here? Penguin says, think about what you ate for the last week, then your hiccup will go over. I mean, it's gone now, but thank you. I will do that next time. Oh yeah, what do we have today's drop? I didn't think it was that big of a drop, but 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it made like, hold on. It made like 12 grand. Not bad, kids. Not bad. I will take that. All right, let's continue on. Path to alt season. Phase 1 is kind of over, where the flow of money moved into Bitcoin, causing price to surge. Phase overlap is money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin, starts outperforming it. Yeah. Phase 2, Ethereum. Ethereum's outperforming Bitcoin. We hear talks of the flippening. Definitely in phase 2. I don't really hear talks of the flippening, but definitely in phase 2. Phase overlap into phase 3 is money is starting to trickle into large caps, where we see large buy-ups happening. Haven't seen that yet. So we're in phase 2, about to be in that phase overlap in the next, hopefully, couple months. Then phase 3 will be large caps, probably Q4, where Ethereum has been outperforming Bitcoin and large caps are going parabolic. Then you have another phase overlap, where regardless of market cap, some altcoins with strong fundamentals are having pumps. That we're hoping is late Q4. Then alt season. Large caps have gone full vertical, and we're seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems that every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone's super excited, and you feel the mania in the air. That'll probably be next year. Oh, VeVe, what up, what up? Love you, VeVe. The SpaceX Bitcoin stack passes $1 billion. Arkham data shows SpaceX now holds 8,285 Bitcoin, worth over $1 billion. Company first bought Bitcoin on December 31st, 2020, and last added to its holding on June 10th, 2022. Since then, SpaceX has held its stash without selling. This marks one of the largest corporate Bitcoin treasuries in the world. BlackRock bought another $500 million worth of Ethereum on Wednesday. I have a treat for y'all on Wednesday, on the 20th. Emily Lance coming on the podcast at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's been on the podcast before. I love her so much. Oh my God, my bad. She's not my bad, but that's going to be a heck of a podcast. It is going to be wild. Get to see a side of Chavez you haven't seen in a while or ever. Oh, oh, my friends. Good times. Horrible times, but good times. Breaking, over 100 billion was wiped out from the crypto market over on Wednesday into Thursday. Wild. CME Ethereum future volume hits record 118 billion in July amid renewed frenzy. Turkish crypto exchange Bitcoin Turk witnesses $48 million of suspicious outflows amid hack fears. PPI came in at 3.3%, expectations of 2.5%. Secretary of Defense says government won't buy from strategic Bitcoin reserve or retain seized assets as crypto markets see red. And then he says later that we're going to find budget neutral ways to add more. Been insane. Google just bought an 8% stake in Bitcoin miner TeraWulf. The Coca-Cola one, that sells out. It's $90,000, which is good. Good price point, $10. Makes it easy for people to buy multiple. And again, that one of one is going to go for thousands of dollars. I repeat, that one of one Coca-Cola collectible. Oh my God, my back will go for thousands of doll hairs. Guys, I'm not going to do an hour and a half. That my back is killing me. PPI and core PPI came in way higher than expected. Treasury Secretary says that the U.S. government won't buy Bitcoin. Turkish crypto exchange got hacked for $49 million, and all this happened in a couple of hours. World War III on the portfolio from yesterday. Someone named Market Profit says, "Congrats, Randy Chavez. You're a top market profit for your call on OMI. Go to marketprofit.com and check out sentiment, buzz, and other crypto data." I think they gave this to me way too early. Like several months early, but whatever. 117,000 followers on X. YOLO. The bounty for Fantastic Four number 6 was $1,000, and I don't know if anyone claimed that yet. We'll see. John X says, "John X hit this dream open you geplatzt." I don't know what that means, but I'm going to take offense. Let's see what we got here. Fantastic Four. Which one does it be? Number 2. The rare, is the rare really $2.50? Fuck it, I'll buy a rare for $2.50. It's a rare for $2.50. YOLO. Hello. Hello. VASP. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna go over that. Oh shoot, maybe I should. Okay. We have something for Devi here that I was supposed to go over the other day and I never did. See what we got here. Hey, Devi Squad. Here's a summary of the AMA that happened with Tom Anderson and Austin from Devi. Yeah, what's going on, John X? I'm about to go over some Devi, right? Her. I'm not okay, bro. Oh man. Oh lordy. I am so sorry. Damn. Poor bastard. The DeLubach connection is bigger than it sounds. Let's go daCat. Woo! DeLubach didn't just agree to a partner. They requested the compliant lending platform, meaning they're already envisioning specific use cases for Devi inside a banking context. Meow, John X. They've been stablecoin ambitions, and Devi could become their tech backbone for issuing it. That's deep integration, not surface collaboration. Banks like DeLubach can act as regulatory shields, being first in. The bank already aligned to crypto gives Devi a political and compliance advantage others can't buy. S2 business model. Trojan horse, RESTful API instead of Solidity is not just about lowering the developer barrier. It's disrupting who can build on-chain. Solidity developers are scarce and expensive. RESTful API devs are everywhere, meaning that the talent pool explodes and they're not scraping from the bottom of the barrel. Pre-API call Devi Fias fees turn every single usage action into token demand. This isn't just traction fees. It's a metered economy where builders pay to exist. This could make Devi the first layer one chain to economically monetize developer activity at scale in a TradFi friendly way. Then you have validator level locks have layers of impact. They're not just more secure than smart contracts. They also change the legal classification of holding crypto. No exchange of possession means no taxable or disposal in many jurisdictions. There's a huge barrier remover for institutions. In the event of a hack or internal breach, assets can't move without rule-based triggers. Regulators love this because it's predictable, audible, and enforceable. Then you have Genesis NFTs being more than just perks. daCat is a gem. We love daCat. Genesis NFTs' priority in revenue share there effectively makes them perpetual royalty licenses across the platform's revenue streams. By rewarding both holding and contribution with lockups, Devi creates a compound loyalty effect. Whales and long-term believers get exponential benefits over time. And if secondary trading is enabled, these could trade at a premium valuation once revenue flow starts pivoting out. Liquidity caches equal quiet power move. Unlike typical AMM pools, Devi's liquidity cache fuel multiple systems, market making, payments, and lending. This means that revenue sources are diversified, which means less reliance on one volatile market. Devi can recycle liquidity internally, lowering costs while keeping rewards attractive. And the architecture could make liquidity more sticky. Capital stays in the system longer because it's working in multiple ways at once. Privacy patents could be a regulatory trump card. If regulators require confidential but auditable systems for enterprise DeFi, Devi already has a filed PCT-backed design. This could become mandatory in the next wave of compliance rules, giving Devi a first-mover monopoly in certain regulated sectors. Digital asset treasury targeting equals quiet liquidity floodgate. Many public companies hold large crypto treasuries, but earn zero yield for fear of losing funds or triggering tax custody issues. Then you have Devi's model. Gives them yield without giving up control. Adds private key loss and theft protection. This could onboard millions in assets overnight without retail fundraising. Then you have public shard changes, marketing physics. Inbound growth. Devs and companies seek out Devi because it's the safest, cheapest TradFi compliant chain to launch on. This flips the usual blockchain growth model where projects spend heavily to convince devs to build. It also means growth is organic and compounding. One successful app can bring an entire network of others. And the timing is almost too perfect. TradFi is moving into crypto now, BlackRock, Circle IPO, tokenized treasuries, etc. Devi's been building for 9 years exactly in this intersection. The odds of their maturity aligning with the market window are rare, and market windows do close fast. And there's MVP strategy showing operational discipline. Instead of launching a monolithic, full-featured platform, they're releasing an MVP with the most impactful features first: bridging, lending, fraud protection, S2. This reduces launch risks and gets revenue-generating systems live faster, crucial for keeping momentum in the first adoption phase. Now, why all this matters? Individually, each point is interesting. Collectively, they paint DEVVE as a compliance-first DeFi platform that's actually ready for institutions, an ecosystem where every major usage path drives token demand. 3, a project with multiple independent growth vectors like banks, devs, DATs, NFTs, public shards, apps, and a timing play that could catch the TradFi migration wave before competitors adjust. For information, Bank Delorean manages 1.5 billion in assets. We're all going to make it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Bargain mart, meeting all your special needs. Sorry. We ever hear about Elmo? Oh, memes at war. Okay. Yeah. Memes at war. We love them. We have it for daCat. Unsure if Shiro ever got to discussions with them. Might have been too small for Shiro. Maybe viral, because each bull comes with different reasons, narratives, excuses for coins to pop off. And this one will be no different. For instance, the OMI token blew the F up after Logan Paul and Ben teamed up for a big shill on Impossible. It also later popped off on the announcement that Disney NFTs were coming. Now throw in Facebook changing its name and focus to Meta, heavily manipulated apes, rock and punk NFTs with celebrity endorsements, wash trading, and recording $1 million sales on OpenSea. The list goes on. Crypto works in cycles, and I genuinely fully expect the reasons and narratives excuses to land, which will once again drive the NFT sector and my go-to VeVe and OMI to once again pop off. Could be massive in my opinion. Probably not massive if you only bought the previous highs, but massive compared to today's prices, and it'll of course not last forever. Though unlike most crypto projects, VeVe could actually last forever. Michael Saylor saying volatility is a gift to the faithful. Agreed. BlackRock bought another 500 million worth of ETH yesterday. While retail is panic selling, cartels are loading up cheap. Okay. SEC Chair Paul Atkinson discussed Project Crypto today. I did not get it. Pink Paz says, my 2 big buys a few months ago are Devi and Aerodrome Finance. I do my research carefully. I haven't really done much research into Aerodrome, but Devi is my 3rd biggest bag. I want to make my first. I don't think it'll ever be my first, but I've been buying pretty heavily. That 45K that I put into it is worth like 32K now, so big sad. I'll put more in at some point. I'm so kind of done, man. Kind of done. Let me give a couple of hearts over here. Oh, 200 peeps. Okay, not bad. There's a bottle of J.K. Rowling's amazing. On what would have been his 63rd birthday, the Australia Zoo bloomed not with just flowers, but with memories, and one unforgettable surprise. As crowds gathered to honor the legacy of Steve Irwin, the man who made the world fall in love with wildlife, no one expected what came next. A foot-stomping jive by Bindi Irwin and Derek Hugh, bursting with joy and set to Crocodile Rock, performed live on piano by none other than Sir Elton John. Laughter turned to cheers, cheers to tears, as music, movement, and memory collided in a moment that felt like Steve was dancing right there with them. Oh, God, that's so fucking cool. God, that's so cool. That is dope. Anyway, let's continue on. Creator of daCat, Randy. I'm not the creator. I'm just kind of the face of it. I'm the creator of the comic. I am so proud of the entire, all of these characters I'm just bringing into the world. Just from daCat, you have daCat, you have Randy, you have Baker, you have Fanny. Those are just some of the cats in book 1. And then you have Maria and Manny, the mollusks. You have Ak, the mollusk, which is, he's kind of attached to Pro the Doge. So you have Pro in there. So what do we have? The 4 cats. we have Ak, we have Manny and Maria, we have Squilia, we have Pro, that's 9. We have General Argent, the frog. We have President Croaky, the other frog. You have 2 humans in there, that's 14. You have Tsunami, and then you have V-Ball, that's 16. And then you have Crappy Bird, 17. You have Sharby and Shishi, so we're up to 19. And these 19, like, yeah, you have, like, Pro the Doge is not like our character, right? And Sharby is not, but I'm giving them personalities, I'm giving them lines, and it's so cool to see. And then you have Charlie the Mollusk as well, that's 20. And this is just in the first book, and it's so good. I cannot wait for people to read it. The characters are so freaking cool. And this is just in daCat, right? In Ladies on Solana, you have Kimber, you have Pixie, and then you have Justin and Edwin, and then you have other things in there. That's a much smaller one. The stakes aren't as high, but it's still really freaking cool. Space Penguins. You have like the 3 soldier penguins. I don't even remember their names. You have you have like General Tux. You have the other dude. You have Jennifer, the penguin princess / scientist. You know, so what are we at? 3, then 4, 5, 6, and then you have Neil the Seal, that's 7, and then you have a couple of other like crazy beings in there. It gets really freaking cool. And that's, again, these are all my like Space Penguins had no character. It's not like Nike the Pig. Like, okay, Nike the Pig, these characters, like, I created them all. And then Solana Wolfpack. Well, I had to make it. I created a few characters, but that Wolf Boy is really that's their character. But I've created the mom, the dad, the other dude, the other dudes. Like, I create a lot of stuff in that one. The Nike the Pig was so fun because he was I had to figure out, one, there was like 5,550 NFTs, and like they each have shards. They had this backstory, and I had to make it in a way that made sense. Shards turn to DNA, and it's really cool. But again, I had to give them all personalities. So there's like a bunch of first appearances in the Nike the Pig comic, and again, it's really freaking cool. The way that I do it, it's fun. And then there's Hennifer, and then there's Pico or Paco, I forget his name. Shiro's in a couple of these comics as well. And then you have like Heinecoin, they reference the Wolf Boy, they reference a bunch of stuff. It's really cool. But as soon as Nike the Pig ends, it goes right into so as soon as Space Penguin ends, Space Penguins goes right into daCat number 3, like right in the middle of it. And when it ends, it also branches off into Nike the Pig number 1, and that goes right into like DigiJoints is basically Nike the Pig, like volume 2. But it's, oh my god, that one I'm really proud of. I don't want to spoil. I read it to a friend this weekend. I think she was a little too nice. She's like, "Wow, it's really good." I was like, "Fucking Patreon." I don't know if she's serious or not. But again, all of the, like, Heinecoin, they were their characters, but I gave a bunch of them all. Like, they were really, really fun. And again, DigiJoints, like all these, like, in DigiJoints, I created all, like, yeah, they're joint smoking blunts, but aside from Nike the Pig, and I guess Shiro's in there, there's joints, there's blunts, there's these butt pirate things. It gets wild. And I created all of these, and these things are like my children. And then daCat Volume 2, Crappy Bird has Faulkner, like his right-hand bird. There's other there's other new characters in there as well. Like it gets crazy. It gets amazing. I love it. I am daCat. Yeah. Yeah. When I'm hoping late September. You know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I'm hoping late September. No, I didn't mean to click this. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't just in an article I read. It was in a video. I did not realize this was. Okay, all right. Love David is VeVe app and the OMI token. Oh, Mac Genzi, then OMI. Altcoin Desk only has 28 followers over on their YouTube, but very cool, very cool. Anyway, I'm gonna ask y'all to once again smash that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel, not free ways to Patreon sponsors. So thank you. Which of these best describes you? Level 100? Nope. Level 100? Nope. Gold logo and only a gold logo and not gold. Yeah, definitely gold logo. Okay. Happy to be investor in daCat. Yeah, get it, cool Mo, get it. Go back and John read the real daCat. True. There is no comic without I. You are correct. Gotta have daCat. I could see Coinbase buying Comey VeVe. I would say I'd hope they buy part of them, not the whole thing, just part. Just part. Just part. Okay. What do we got here? $2.57 trillion asset manager Citigroup looks to add payment services for custody and crypto stablecoin. SEC Chair Paul Atkins to reveal project. Okay, yeah, I got that. Dissent, I know. Fed Chair Powell to give speech next week on the Fed policy framework. Hate this man with every fiber of my being. About 3.31 billion in ETH is currently stuck in Ethereum's exit queue, with withdrawal estimated to take over 12 days. U.S. Treasury Secretary Bessent says government won't buy. Yeah, I know. Citigroup considers custody and payment services for stablecoins. Long-term holders still command 85% of all Bitcoin, near a historic high, while net outflows continue to drain exchange inventories, create an increasingly illiquid flow that can magnify price moves. It's amazing. I went over that already. Oh my God, how many freaking things did I do? Don Juan says, my VeVe Grail, saved up for a while to get this at, I think, 1,000 minutes, saw it on the marketplace, couldn't pass it up. Talking about partner statue. Thank you, VeVe Official. P.S. Sorry for being mad when I missed Sunday on the drop. On what's today's date? 15th. In 3 days, Harry Potter, House of Hogwarts, and Dunkin' Donuts. Oh no, that's Krispy Kreme. I'm sorry. I don't know if I have Krispy Kreme near me. daCat is #1 on Memezilla. Am I now? Yo, Bill and Zombies Metaverse Adventure. Let's go, my man. How you doing, girl? Tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this morning? Or do you need? Oh my God. Oh. Need to figure out a meetup in Orlando. Yes. Coolmo, I think we're meeting up on Friday, the 29th. I think we're doing karaoke. Message VeVe Magic. Message the VeVe Magic. I'm also going to try to get this. Yes. Women. Give me 1 second. I have to message a buddy of mine. Yes. Okay. Friend Brian. Mbaku. I'm going to assume he's going to say forever. Mirage says, I'm also very optimistic about the contingent transaction set patents that we've submitted. I think we're going to be one of the great inventions of the finance in general. I think people 100 years from now will look back on it and say, there were Visa, there were credit cards, and then there's Mr. MC1. Mr. MC1. How's it going, fam? Why? Okay. Okay. All right, bye. Meow, meow, meow. Yes, I'm going to New York. Where is this freaking poll? All right, how do I change my answer here? Shit, how do I? Oh, can I change my freaking answer? Unpin? No, retract vote. Okay. All right, gold logo only and going to New York Comic Con. Okay. Guess I'm going to New York Comic Con. I listen, because of my back, I've been in a funk, right? I will be there in a wheelchair, or I will be there. New York's going to be apparently off the hook. I will be there for one day. I will be there Friday. Maybe I'll get there Thursday. Just God forbid what's that called? The plane delays, whatever. Maybe I'll get there Thursday, and I'm leaving Saturday morning, maybe Saturday afternoon. I don't know. It'll be a short trip. I don't want to stay there for more than. I hate New York so much. A bunch of my friends are there. If I go, I'm going. Like it's happening. That was Sanjay. That was Mr. MC1. I'll be at the Gold Logo party. I need a drink. Oh God. Anyway, oh God, what do we have here? Do you need O-Town? 'Cause I want it all, or nothing at all. That's, oh, you meant Orlando Town? Not the O-Town, the boy band from the night. Okay. Forever, 420 blaze it. I know. They'll be in New York Comic Con this year, confirmed. Very nice, very nice. Adventure time, yay! Aaron says, "Okay, man, the announcement is Roblox. I can see why it's so late, bro. I hope it's not Roblox. If it's Roblox, they better not announce for like a couple months, because they are. That's all I'm gonna say. Not gonna say anything else on it. Buy my M'Baku brother another drink at New York Comic Con. All right, like planned. I did mute the stream. I had there's some secret stuff going on. Pulling a Randy. Watch while we watch while he talks. Yeah, New York Comic Con. Let's go. Doing the exact same thing. Woo. Yeah. Mr. MC1 has me convinced that it's gonna be insane, so I have to go. He's also an investor in the channel, and he's like, Randy, there's gonna be a lot of rich people there. You gotta get that done. It's like, yeah, right. Probably should. So song's doing good. I know, but it is not good optics right now. Definitely not good optics. So if it is them, they better wait, because Jesus, man. I've legit been paralyzed for like a year. It's better now. I like 3 weeks ago, I had like 5% mobility. Now I have like 60. But yeah, it's getting a lot better. I was praying. I was to anyone that would listen, whether it's the creators beyond the simulation, whether it's God, whether it's anyone thing like that. I said I would give up pretty much anything to get my back fit, because I was a cripple. I was in bed. I could not move. It took me minutes, like 20 minutes to get out of bed. Now it takes me 30 seconds. I still can't do a ton, because again, 65% mobility. And I'm slowly getting it back, so I really can't complain. Maybe a jinn heard me. Maybe it was the devil himself. Unfortunately, something big was sacrificed for it, I believe. Yeah, wild times. Anyway. Absolutely. You got to, yeah, it's, I mean, the thing is, I don't really need to at this point. I feel like Rocky and Rocky 4 are like, Paulie's like, no sparring. Like, I don't think I need it anymore, Paulie. Like, I will watch when off stream. Yeah, I got to bounce here soon. I think people 100 years from now will look back on it and say there was Visa, credit cards, then there were ETFs. I think contingent transaction sets is one of those kind of big financial inventions that's going to stand the test of time. Tom Anderson, saving this quote for my grandchildren. Bro, how many freaking I don't. USAF United States Air Force, USAF United States. Bro, I was a beefy man. Who did it better, me or Chris Christie? Huh? Someone call the police. There's a pants thief on the loose. Big OZs is my latest purchase. Very nice, very nice. Love that. BlackRock just acquired another 4,428 Bitcoin for $526 million. Coinbase has just acquired Deribit, the world's leading crypto options exchange, by trading volume for 2.3 billion euro. Hey, Mr. MC1. Cray Mountain says, for me, Randy is the heart of the VeVe community, our #1 contributor. David Yu, Randy has done so much for VeVe with endless streams since day one. If I were you, I'd give this man a huge gift. Badge of the #1 VeVe fan, a seat at the table to represent all of VeVe fan. Thank you. That means a lot. So I need to go over this. Bitpanda Global is now fully integrated in the UK. Bitpanda Global, please list the OMI. The OMI token powers VeVe Official, where you can purchase premium licensed digital collectibles from the world's biggest IP. Thank you, Dave, for posting that. Yep. Okay. That's gonna be Been there, so my back, football, wrestling, destroying back. So I was 18. Walk-in, lower back exercise. Yep. Good chiropractor. Yeah. I mean, the inverter does wonders. Onions, Randy, great from back. No, okay, I will. All right. And also VeVe maintains 1,000 active daily users on average. Love that. All right. I do have to bounce. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Class dismissed. Everyone say bye-bye. I gotta go hang. Yeah. Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked out of here without ending the stream. That was my bad. Go to New York Comic Con. You have not told me, then please let me know. So level 100 logo. Do not have a logo. All right. I love you guys. Bye. Bye, Dashy.